the panel, hit that request button. Excuse me, my mom's get you up here. Next story. My husband, he's 32, and I, 30 years old, got married last year and had a baby. When our daughter was 10 months old, my in-laws, my mother-in-law and my brother-in-law, had a house fire where they lost everything. It was terrible. Of course, without hesitation, we offered our home. We have a 3-bedroom house. My mother-in-law and my brother-in-law, 17 years old, moved in. So we really only had one extra bedroom to begin with. That night, we took their things to the laundromat to salvage what they had. We made a bedroom out of a large foyer, made a GoFundMe, and started collecting things. We also purchased a brand new washer and dryer because our household just doubled in size. Well, 2 days later, we had them pretty well settled in. I personally purchased things like phone chargers, pajamas, and other essentials and was paid back at the later date when some GoFundMe money became available. A few days later, my husband's grandma became ill. I then drove my mother-in-law back and forth to the hospital many times and assisted her in decision making. Grandma passed away, unfortunately, about 2 weeks after the house fire. Again, a terrible time. As things got settled in, we asked my mother-in-law to pay some rent, as she could claim this on her home insurance, and it would help us with additional costs. It wouldn't cost her anything. The insurance would pay. We also determined a meal schedule, as I spent the first weeks being the only person preparing meals every single day, as well as taking care of the house. We were also purchasing all groceries and other essentials for the house. Eventually, things got very cramped. Intense. I'm a tidy person, and they didn't clean up after themselves. They also would go out to eat multiple times when it was their week to cook, leaving us with no dinner and no plans. The nail in the coffin was when a relative coming from out of town and scolding us about how we were treating them. He claimed it was ridiculous that we were charging them any rent, and that since my mother-in-law had helped her son with college expenses and raised him, that we should not be asking for a penny. He also stated that he knew we had been rude to them and treated them badly. The doozy of this was that the out-of-town relative didn't speak to my husband or myself. So the only person he could have gotten these thoughts from would be my in-laws. After a heated argument with our out-of-town guests and the in-laws, my brother-in-law ended up yelling in my face, resulting in my husband telling him that he needed to find another place to stay for the night. When my mother-in-law spoke up to object, he told her she could go find another place to stay as well. They left and haven't returned, and we haven't spoke in weeks. So are we the a-holes? Hot wash.
Absolutely freaking not. First of all, um, at no point in time should you move into somebody's house and not pull your own weight. For whatever the reason, emergency purposes or otherwise, even if you're paying rent, at no point in time should you move into somebody else's house, especially not under emergency circumstances, because that person did not have to do what they did. Not all sons are nice enough to say, you know what, hey mama, come on in. You get what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. We got you. We didn't even think twice. We sitting up here accommodated in every way possible, making sure you're nice and comfy, making sure you're eating good, making sure clothes is able to be washed and dried properly, and didn't ask for anything in return. It's just common sense that you would clean up after yourself, and that you would help out and be able to um, be in some way or show in some way your gratitude per se, right? There's no reason why you're sitting up there gossiping to other family members about how you're being treated, because if you had something to say you would tell them,
What?
not
Take
nobody outside the family. Because
That's right.
if you bold enough to tell somebody outside the family, you can also ask them to take you in when things go bad, since you got options. Just saying. Since you got options, you think people just supposed to sit there and take it after they done dealt with your behind, and then to turn around, you sitting there talking about them behind their back, and you just knew that you wasn't gonna get kicked out? Delusion. Delusion. I don't understand it. And see, here's the thing. Anytime situations like this happen, there's always somebody who feel like they get, the brother-in-law, he feel like he got the big chest. He gonna stand up. Boo, you ain't even got a roof. How can you say something with your whole chest and you ain't even got a roof? You ain't got a pot to piss in the window to throw it out of. And that's unfortunate. I'm not making fun of your situation, but I'm just saying, how can you be so bold in your situation? Because I tell you one thing, we done been through a lot of situations in our lives, me and my husband. And one of them was a house fire. And I can guarantee you, anytime we had to be put in a situation, I guarantee you, humbleness was not a problem. We was very humble. What you need? You need us to run to the store? We going to the store. What you need? You need us to cook? Okay, my wife can cook real good. She can cook for the whole family. No problem. Even if I didn't feel like it. Because that's a blessing to be able to have somebody in your life that would even want. Because you don't understand how much burden it is. It's not necessarily a burden for some people, but how much extra work it is to have people underneath your roof that wasn't intentionally planned for when you bought the place to begin with. So, and then you're going to sit up there and run your mouth. Okay, well, Mr. Such and Such, here you go. I'm passing the buck to you and see if you got the same chest that you had coming over here telling us what we should and should not do with them. Carry that on over there and make sure I don't want to hear nothing out your mouth.
That's right. Dale,
Yes, ma'am.
how you feel
Yeah.
about this here?
I don't know if we can say it on here, but the Blue Cross, they do provide you with a hotel, and they probably didn't like the hotel, and they probably cried and complained about the hotel, and they do put them in a hotel.
Yep, they sure
So
do.
I don't know why they wasn't in the hotel to begin with, but then these ungrateful people wanted to come in your home and turn your world upside down. And when it was time for them to provide food, because I mean that's what you should do, is if somebody's providing shelter for you because your shelter is no longer available, I will be very grateful. I'm not sitting here and go to their booty. No. If they say, "Oh, would y'all like to cook?" Sure. What would you like for us to cook? Now, but what we want is what y'all want, because y'all making sure I got a roof over my head. You want me to vacuum? Want me to mow some grass? Want me to cut the bushes? I mean, shoot. Let me show you how grateful I am. Because if I'm not giving you money, what can I do in your home to show my gratitude? Because if I'm going to be sitting up here running my mouth, I guess I need to be put out. And that's what happened. You run your mouth and be ungrateful. Now look where you at. I wouldn't give a rat's patootie. Thank you, D, for that picture, because that's how I feel. Honey, bye. See y'all. I don't got to talk to y'all because you're not about to disturb my peace. Point blank, period.
Oh, you got it for that picture. All right, Lovely says she'll go last. Go ahead, Whitney.
I don't mean no harm. Moms, you sleeping out on the porch, I don't give a damn, or you can go back to Maryland. Brother, you get knocked the hell out and dropped on your head. End of story.
All right, Lovely, you good? All right, Julia.
Okay, all I'm gonna say is some family members feel entitled too. It does not go by race, color, or creed, but the brother or whoever decided to come and speak on their behalf, if you're not gonna be part of the solution, don't be part of the problem.
Hmm.
So what we gonna do? We're gonna let you take them with you, see how you feel, and see how they do you. Because something not right. The first thing when you get set in a fire, if you have property insurance, in most states you have to have insurance. Like you said, they probably already offered them someplace. But if I can go for free, because this is the thing, they give you the insurance money to
Yeah.
go stay at a hotel.
Right.
Now, that's already talk. Now, I got the money already, but if I go stay with somebody for free, that's extra money. Y'all know how we file them claims and try to get some of the extra.
Yep.
But I'm like her. I don't care if you should when you go to somebody's house and they helping you, you should be invisible. No one should have to ask you to pay anything. You should ask, how can I help you? So coming off, like when my son asked me, well, I may have to come back home. I said, well, you know what? You got to tell me how it's gonna benefit me. If you can't show me how it's gonna benefit me, so he decided not to come.
I like that. Okay. How is that gonna benefit me? Okay, Julia. All right, well,
I like that too, Julia. I'm gonna have to adopt that one. I'm plagiarizing that one.
Go ahead,
Um,
go for it for free. After you raise 3 kids and they all you gotta look at my post I told y'all was my grandkid daughter came over here. They ain't came and got her yet. She said she was staying the whole summer. I didn't think she was for real. But when your grandkids come and they don't need bags, it's already letting you know that it's given. She ain't going nowhere.
she ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. Um, okay, I listened to the story, and I'm sorry, and it might be me, but I'm still on. How did man come in the house talking noise? He don't live there. He ain't visiting. Because they didn't say that the visitor was staying with them, did they?
I'm assuming he was, but I don't know.
Well, I'm sorry, everybody getting kicked out.
Because
I'm
it
just taking my whole broom and just everybody out.
because
No, you can't
he
come
could
in
have
my
just stayed at a
house.
hotel. I don't that
Right.
wasn't clear.
No. At 2309, the head of the house is Roy. The second is Rhea. Ain't nobody else. Nobody else even ranked. They somewhere down below the dirt. You can't come in my house and say crap to me. I don't care if I'm wrong. It's my house. You can't say nothing to me in my house. All right, thank you.
Melvin.
Why would somebody even think about complaining, saying something when it's not your property? I don't understand that. You don't have the authority. Your shit burnt down.
Damn.
I don't mean to say it like that, but it has to be said.
Ah, damn.
No.
Wait a
Say
minute.
it louder for the
Hey,
people in the
bro, what
back. Say
happened?
it louder.
Your shit burnt down. That's where your authority was. Now it's in ashes.
That
So you
part.
come to my house, I'm doing you a favor to put a little more money in your pocket because you don't have to worry about hotel and all that stuff. But you complain? I don't listen. My old girl, may God rest her soul. She come to the crib. She knows what's up. I mean, she always said that to me. This is your shit. I go to her crib. That's her shit. That's her mama. That's my mama. I'm not gonna go, but yo, you need to move this. You need to do that. No. Your shit burnt down. Again, I'm gonna say it. That's the key word. Burnt down. BUNRT. Burnt. Fifth. It's gone. That's the key word of today. Burnt. And you come up here with an attitude? No, listen. I'm gonna serve you cold French fries and a hard-boiled egg with two hard meat patties, and you can go to 7-Eleven and go warm it up. Get the fuck out my house.
No, but I'm gonna stop drinking when you talking because I almost spit, and you saw me almost spit.
I'm sorry, bro, but it's the truth. I
Melvin,
can't do that.
here's your
I went
tip,
on this
baby.
I went on this fishing trip, and people that I just got to know and everything like that. Well, Melvin, you're not so loud and calm. I said, first of all, I'm not gonna act like I know everybody up in here and show my ass and try to make friends with everybody. That's not how I was raised. And they went, oh, what? I said, there's something you got to learn about that. Because if you immediately come in to show your ass, you gonna get burnt down. So here we go again. So yeah, it's just and it they think because you family gives them permission to come up in there and do what the fuck they want because they blood. No, and then you married into the family, so you gotta work. Get the fuck out of here. Listen, I'll kick you out like last year's taxes. No, that's it.
All right, 5 minutes. 5 minutes going once. 5 minutes going twice. Go ahead, lovely.
Did not hear it.
Oh, okay, go ahead, lovely.
I just want to say quickly, very quickly too. Did not even mention the fact that this couple has a 10-month-old child. So on top of having a small child, we're sitting here doing everything we can to accommodate you, and you gonna run your mouth. That's wild.
All right. Lovely. Go ahead, love.
Wait, did 5 minutes go?
She said she didn't hear the story.
Oh, okay. Honestly, I agree with the person who, but I don't know about the mother situation because I'm soft on my mother. I ain't gonna lie, that woman could walk all over me. Yeah, I don't know about my mama, but everybody else here, they could go.
All right. So, excuse me. I'm surprised nobody said nothing about this, but kudos to that husband. Because a lot of husbands will be like, well, yo, that's my mama. I know she snapped back at us and everything, but that's my mama. No, he told his mama, you can get to stepping through. And a lot of men wouldn't do that. Because, that's their mama. But the mama, she was wrong. And he was like, nah, you going to stand in your wrongness and you going to get out too. And, especially, I love the fact that he stood up for his wife. This is their home because at the end of the day, whenever his mama and his brother leave, the wife going to still be there. So you got to deal with her. So he told his brother, get out. And then when the mama had something to say, you can go too. So they left. Peace. Deuces. I love that. I think that's beautiful. All right, Bo, I see you, but I got some hands. I got Hot Wash, Dale, and then Bo. Go ahead, Hot Wash. Hey, Ja.
I already went.
All right, Dale. Bo.
Yeah,
Let Bo go.
yeah, so that happened to me when I, newly married. His mother came and said, Roy, I need you to take me such place. And he was like, no, me and Rhea are going such and such place. But no, I need you to take me. He's like, Mama, no, Rhea and I are going to. And I was like, he put me over his mama. I was done then. He had me right then.
Yeah.
Right then.
Yeah. That's one thing that when me and my husband first got married, he struggled with. And I told him, I said, at the end of the day, I'm here. I'm in this past Thanksgiving or last Thanksgiving before that. Listen here. I was not happy. And I told him, I'm not happy. When these MFers leave here, you got to deal with me. You want to handle that? Or you want to deal with this here? Which one you want? So, yeah. They left.
He almost got burnt down. Ain't that right, Melvin?
They
You
left.
mean burnt? Burnt.
Yes, ma'am.
I'ma just say this. T, thank you for reminding me, but I did leave that out. Like you said, there's a lot of men that will not stand up to their mama.
Yeah.
But I think with this man, it was his breaking point of the disrespect. Because
Yes.
when you're disrespected way too much underneath your roof and you're paying the bills and
Mm-hmm.
you're the man of the house, you got to take that control and stand on business. Because if you don't, those people will continue to walk all over you and your wife and not have no respect. And then your mama's like, well, I can do whatever because this is my son, and
Mhm.
won't have no kind of respect for the wife. And
Right,
so kudos to him.
right, because not to cut you off, but I've even heard, you know, women say, or mother-in-law say, "This is my son's house." They don't look at it as this is my son and my daughter-in-law's house, or this is my son and daughter house, because some people don't even do in-laws. But they look, they're this is my son's house, and I no,
See, and them kind of mamas are the ones that are still helicopter mamas and will still wipe their sons behind before the wife. And it's like, hello? He married, baby. He don't need his mama. He always, I mean, we gonna always need our mama, but when you're married, the wife is taking the mama's place. It's now the husband and the wife. You gotta respect that. And some of these mamas out here don't respect the wife, and it's like you said, that's my son's house. Okay, but what happens if her name on it? It's her house too, but you don't look at it like that.
right, because remember when we had that story where the couple was buying a house, they were sitting around the table, and the daughter-in-law was talking about it, and for some reason the son had the family thinking he was buying that house, that he put the money down on it and everything.
Yeah,
Find
yeah.
out it was her, and she told him, "Hey, Mr. Weehee," she told him, "I
And
ain't
that
buying."
family really had an opinion about that.